Welcome, everybody, to our first official podcast of C&D Spill the Tea. I'm David Strahan.
I am Cole Jason Adams.
And we have a producer in the background. Say hello, Mr. Romine.
Hello, Mr. Romine.
Ha-ha.
Yeah, that's the jokester we know. All right, we got some good stuff to talk about. How about you start off, Cole?
Okay, so we started esports this week.
Correct.
Started the practices.
Yeah.
Monday was Forza.
Monday was Forza.
I don't know much about that. I know they're using
the wheel?
The wheel rather than the controllers.
Yeah.
Which is...
The wheel is really hard to use, actually.
Yeah.
We used the, where you had to do the clutch yourself, and I felt like a drunk driver for the first time.
I wonder, because most stuff you shouldn't, most competition stuff you, usually use not necessarily what the game's, I want to say, made for.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Because it's if you're in a Wii competition, you're not going to use the little gun thing.
Yeah,
that's just
true.
more for fun.
Yeah.
But you never know. So
You really don't.
if you're really good at it,
Yeah.
good luck to them.
I don't know. I'm not really into the Forza scene. That's why I didn't want to do it.
I was into Forza Horizon. I played Forza Horizon a lot.
My dad had an Xbox One, and he had Forza on that because it came with a little bundle and stuff. But I couldn't get into it. I got more into I couldn't even get into Halo. People love Halo. I can't get into Halo.
You're dissing the two biggest Xbox games.
I can't help it.
That and Gears of War.
Sorry, man.
Okay,
well,
but
Gears of War is fun though.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm more of a shooter person, so that's why. And yeah, I can't speak for Halo though. Halo's out of the question.
Halo's actually, it came out on the whole Master Chief Collection, came out on PC, which I played that a little while.
Yeah,
which
I
is
heard that.
really hard, in case you're wondering. But then yesterday.
Yes,
This is
Overwatch.
Yes.
First practice for our 6 team members. Me and Cole are actually 2 of the members.
Yes.
And the other 4 we will probably... Well, actually, we could probably have them on a future
that'd be
podcast
fun.
episode. Or podcast, whatever you want to call it.
Vodcast, yes.
Whatever, dude.
This is not a podcast.
I'll say whatever I
Understand.
want.
You know what? Do
Okay.
it. But we didn't... So the first practice, we were missing 2 people.
Correct.
And we kind of got crapped on.
Not kinda. We definitely
Just
did.
a little bit.
No.
Just, you know what? You got kinks.
Stop the cap, okay?
You have kinks you got to work out.
No. Okay, that's true. That's true.
That's true.
But we did do terrible.
It was it was the first time playing together. No, and here's the thing. I think yes, some of us have played I've only played on PC for a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
I know James has played.
He's
for
been
a hot
playing,
minute.
a hot minute. I played when I played. I think I bought it probably a year ago, or close to 2 years ago. I played a little bit with some friends, and then after we all stopped playing, I stopped playing. I deleted the game. Haven't downloaded it since we started playing that one day.
Yeah, and I've played on console.
Yeah, I played
for
on PS4
while.
for a while too.
But I never played on PC. So it is interesting to give out on PC. Now I've played other PC games, but it's just weird to get back in. But that and some of our players, I think the only player that we have that's never played on PC
Is Hayden.
wasn't there though.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he was one of them. But
Do we have another one that's never played?
no.
Yeah.
Because we got Hayden, and then we have Lee.
Has Lee never played?
No, Lee has played,
Yeah,
but
he wasn't there.
Yes.
But I was just saying
the rest
there's
of us
only
have
one.
played though.
Yeah.
But our skills are not good.
Yeah, not great. I mean, we're great competition. We're coming for you.
Stop the cap.
But no, I think when we did get we had 2 people. I think Hudson was on DPS, which changed a lot. It was just team.
We tried to pre-set up the heroes,
Yeah.
and that kind of just I think messed us up in the long run. So
we had at first when we started the practice, we had people you're gonna play this, you're gonna play this.
Yeah.
But really, you just gotta switch around.
You just
and
gotta
see
go
what
with
works.
it. So I think you proposed this yesterday, as we would run some classic 6v6 and just be able to switch around because in the new Overwatch update, you have to select which role you're going into before you actually start the game. So,
which it's an older update, but I haven't
Yeah, I
played
haven't played with that first time that we played.
It took me back a little.
Yeah, and I was like, this is weird. I don't remember this.
Yeah.
When did they do this? That's probably been out for a hot minute.
I just remember whenever I played, I always saw the no healers, no tanks, because everyone was DPS.
Yes, exactly.
And just going ham.
But I like DPS. Okay, so if you know how to play Reinhardt and Zarya, those are probably two of the strongest tanks in the game, because just the Zarya buildup of her, you just keep bubbling people, taking that DPS, and just you bubbling yourself would just build that up. And once you hit 100, you're just doing you're doing major DPS.
No idea what she does.
You don't?
I know she has a laser. That's it. That's really, I don't know.
Okay, so she can bubble people and she bubbles herself.
What does it do?
Okay, so it protects you from damage, but also at the same time it absorbs that damage. It puts it into her own weapon, buffing the damage. Because if you're at a zero charge rate of that rifle or of that that laser gun, it's gonna be doing probably 5 damage per second, barely even that.
So the more damage you're taking, you're outputting.
Yes, but while your bubble's active. So if it's not active, you're just taking regular DPS, and then it also goes down momentarily. That's why her regen abilities, or not regen, but her abilities cooldown is so low. It's because she can keep popping that and keep that power level up.
Yeah, because whenever I play her, I'm so bad, but whenever I'm a DPS trying to kill her, I can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
It's a good Zarya will always win that fight, honestly. If they're a veteran player with Zarya, which I've seen some crazy plays with people that have actually been playing Zarya for a while, they will win 100, probably 99.9% of the fights most of the time.
Yeah, which is it's weird because I feel like unless you're obviously a pro playing again, and I could be wrong because I'm not huge into the game, but from what I've picked up recently, I mean, I'm not I haven't played for a long time, so I'm still figuring things out.
Yeah.
But from what I've picked up, tanks, if it's a 1v1, tanks tend to be, unless you're a pro playing against a noob, tanks tend to beat DPS.
Oh, 100%.
Which is interesting because what's the point in the DPS? But then if you don't have the DPS, then you're doing terrible.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get how it works.
It's really weird.
There.
Yeah.
Well, I guess healers. Now that's another thing. Some healers pocket tanks, but really they're meant to help the DPS.
They're meant
so
to
the
help.
DPS can almost be like a tank and keep.
Yes, because they just if you switch between your damage boost on Mercy, it's just an example. You switch between damage boost on Mercy and healing back and forth on a DPS. That's a major damage output, and you're pocketing them, so their health is going back up too at the same time. So that's what it's not. I'm not gonna say it's what it's intended for, but also at the same time, it's
I think a lot of healers I've played with in low levels, obviously, because once you get to higher levels, that's no problem. But
I always try to go off on their own.
That, and they see the big person in the middle and then do everything they can to save them, when in reality you're supposed to be helping.
You're supposed to be helping the weak links back in the back.
I feel like the entire point, tanks are to help the DPS, protect the DPS.
Yes.
Healers are to help heal the DPS.
Yes.
But when you have low levels, they just see the big guy.
Yeah.
And that includes DPS starts just shooting the big guy.
Correct.
And tanks become the center of your game.
Yeah, so it is very weird when you have when you play the game right, which is kind of in the aspect that you're saying it, but also at the same time they also throw their own little flair on it, which is they pocket a DPS, but at the same time they are going to go back to those tanks.
Right.
Like a good Reinhardt that stays on point. I if I was a Mercy, I would pocket that Reinhardt for a majority of the game because he has a shield, and also when his shield gets broken, I'm going to want to be there when he's starting to take damage. Right. Because once that shield comes back up, I want him to pop it, and then I'm just going to go focus on the other players.
Yeah. Speaking of Reinhardt, so BlizzCon 2021 is 2021 was this past weekend?
Oh.
Or the weekend before? Or I think it was early this week.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I think it was. But I watched the Overwatch 2 announcements. They did a lot of Overwatch 2 announcements.
I have not seen anything on that, so.
Reinhardt, so just to go off of what you're saying with Reinhardt, he is actually they're turning tanks. They're kind of redoing tanks, and they're making tanks into brawlers. So they're not just going to be, so Reinhardt's not just, he's basically going to become a monster, because he's not just going to have the, his shield. They're basically making all of his abilities to where they come up more quickly. So he'll have 2 charges of his, thing with the fire laser thing that he throws.
Oh, the hammered slash thing where he throws out that fireball.
And it's he's gonna have 2 charges of those.
Okay.
His charge is going to be easier to control.
Yeah.
So you can hit people better. So you're gonna be able to hit people better. You're gonna be able to use those charges faster because you're gonna have 2 of them. and they're just going to be up
Those
more.
actually do a lot of damage per tick, too.
And if you have, if it's going to be double.
Dude, that's a tracer out of the game. It's just
so
out of that.
Reinhardt's going to become huge.
Yeah.
And obviously they did mention that everything that they have could not be in the final end of the game which was interesting because they were releasing a lot about the game just to say that it's not going to be. It
may
not
not
final,
be in the
which is understandable because it isn't. It's because
they're testing different ideas,
right?
Yeah.
But to announce something like that, like specifics like that, and then to go back and change it,
I don't see the point.
Yeah,
like
I think everything they announced they're planning on relatively keeping.
I feel like if they do that, they should definitely, if they're going to release an announcement kind of like that Reinhardt one right there, they should definitely keep it in the, the game. Any announcement that they made right then should keep it in the game. And if players
try it, at least the beta.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
So that players can actually try that. And if they're like, okay, come on, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, Blizzard. You need to change this. So then in a future update or when, like if they did in the beta, then the actual full game, they'll be able to take that out.
Yeah.
So.
And to be honest, we haven't seen Blizzard have a game in beta since Overwatch 1.
That is correct.
Which has been a hot minute.
That has been.
So I wonder if they're going to really take the beta seriously or not as seriously. If they're really going to listen to, their player base, or if they're just going to use it as what they see statistically rather than what their player base wants.
That's true.
Will be interesting. Oh, but they did announce actually. If I look here, I believe, what's his name? Oh, Jeff Kaplan. I think that's how you say his name,
Yeah,
Jeff Kaplan.
That's how I would say it.
Sent out a statement. He said he believes that it is very likely that the game will move to a closed beta that will be, quote, will be more open to the public.
Okay.
So that I don't think I ever played the Overwatch beta. I know a few people that did. I'm assuming it was pretty closed beta. I'm assuming they just gave it because it was very different from anything Blizzard has ever done.
Correct.
So it makes sense that they probably just gave it to the diehard Blizzard fans that they can see that own all the different games and are playing all the different games. So I'm assuming that since Overwatch was already a thing, that they're going to be a little more lenient on who gets beta codes.
Yeah.
Just because more people are going to test it out, and the whole gaming scene has really changed a lot since then. So that'll be interesting to see.
The main controversy I seen with Overwatch 2 is that it is the same game just with different maps. Because Overwatch, it came out in 2016.
Yeah.
So, and the reason why they haven't really been, I don't know, probably putting out stuff like this anymore, because Overwatch is still pretty big. Like, it's still popping stuff out. Like, what other games
it's definitely
has
not
Blizzard released?
It's not like
Nothing?
Yeah. Other than remasters.
Yeah, okay.
So I think they remastered Warcraft 3. And they've remastered... Oh, excuse me. They've remastered StarCraft. But... and then a few more things, and then stuff with WoW. They released stuff with that, but completely new titles. Overwatch is the most recent.
WoW, isn't that World of Warcraft?
Yes.
For the people who do not know what
sorry.
WoW is. Yeah, just to clarify. So, okay, yeah. So I don't follow that stuff, so that's more your speed. Because the first Blizzard game I played was, of course, Overwatch. So, and then League of Legends, is that a Blizzard game?
No, that's Riot.
That's Riot?
Riot.
Oh, okay.
Riot's its own thing. But their gaming companies are semi-similar because they don't release a bunch of games, and their games that they do release are very unique. So,
because I thought you were asking me about playing League of Legends, about like if I played.
I'm a huge League fan.
Yeah, I know. But you always talk about it.
Yeah, but
then, I can't remember what game you tied it with. I didn't know if it was Valorant or Overwatch. So. I mentioned to you that Valorant is like Overwatch and CS:GO kind of mixed. Oh, yes, correct. I did forget about that.
Yeah. But as you're saying with it's basically just Overwatch, the first one, but updated maps and stuff. Here's my problem. And what they really emphasized, what really made me excited for Overwatch 2 whenever it comes out, which players, from what I read, players are slightly upset. I think the biggest issue with the fan base right now is the fact that it's not a release soon.
Yeah.
Overwatch is not coming out soon. They released a lot of information, and from what they showed it looked pretty tuned.
When do you think they will release it?
I don't know.
Do you think sometime next year or like
it
next
could
2
be.
years?
That's the thing. Nobody knows.
So you like, even off of a guess of yours, you wouldn't be able to formulate a guess?
I want to say I want it to be 2021.
Yeah,
I think
but that's like probably, I don't want to say it's unrealistic, but it's like slim chance.
It probably won't happen.
Yeah.
Could it happen? Yes. But they're being way too particular, which I like. I love that they're putting a lot of time and effort into this, and they want to fine tune it so that the player base. But
they're trying to find another. They're trying to make another game.
Too much.
Yeah. They're trying to make another game that's going to also extend that same life period that Overwatch 1 has.
Which is understandable.
Yeah, I understand that.
But if you're going to release this much information now and not release the game for another 2 years...
Yeah, that's a little bit of a tease. Like, let's not do that. Let's just, if it's going to come out here soon, just release it within the year comes. Right. So that BlizzCon, so say if they're releasing it next year, in the fourth quarter, they could... actually, show it that BlizzCon that year,
right,
and be like coming,
right. They had no announcement. They had all this announcement. They basically said, yeah, but it's not coming out yet, and we are not going to tell you. So, but
that's how it is with those developers and stuff. Like, one game. Have you played Cyberpunk yet?
No.
Okay, so I had Cyberpunk, and I still do. Haven't played it since the 20th of December. Yeah. Not because I don't like it and because I think it's trash. It's just because, I do my own streaming, my own YouTube, and my video edits and uploads. And it's just, it's hard for me because I was doing 2 games at that time, which was Ghost of Tsushima and that. So I was like, I had to finish that because I hadn't finished that from July. June. My bad. I had to finish that from June, and then I let it all the way into August, and then I just didn't finish it then. So Cyberpunk also went, developers were popping out. It was like, I heard it was supposed to release in September. Delayed it another 2 months. But look.
But even when it came out, it was rushed.
Exactly. But look, here's the thing. They said that it was ready. It was ready to release. And they were like, they said that August, they was ready to release. But we just want to make sure everything's okay. And then they delayed it another 2 months. And then it has all these big breaking issues that they're like, okay, you guys want a refund? We'll give you a refund.
Right. So I guess in that aspect, Blizzard looking at that, I can understand their any game's hesitance.
Cyberpunk is a good example of what they're trying not to do.
Because that was the game of 2020. That was going to get so many awards, but it just flopped.
Yes. So, I missed the delay memes so bad. I'm not even gonna lie. It was it had different games posted, and then it had it said it had the picture of Cyberpunk, and then it had 20, and then question marks. So it was very
sometime in 20.
Yeah, just sometime in this century it would come out.
But so what I was saying is they're releasing. So I actually have a few stuff on here. So a big thing is that I saw they're possibly doing a 5v5. I don't know much information about this. It's really, that is just speculation from the fan base because they noticed some things in the stuff that they released at BlizzCon, which they're wanting to have a bunch of new game modes. So it could just be a game mode. It really could be. Because you can't really have a professional team and just have some game modes at 6 and some is 5.
Because, they can do that, but at the same time, the main thing is that they're probably going to be with this new stuff that they're coming out with, they're probably going to be, setting up for the esports future as well.
Right.
So, actual pro league members, they have 6v6 teams. And 6 teams.
And if they're gonna have 5v5, that
someone's getting out for that certain tournament, which probably those 5v5 tournaments are gonna be more detrimental than the 6v6. So because with that limited player count and as well just because think about esports and just different games like that 5v5 mode. It's just it's very wide and I'm thinking of the word to say. It's it's so confusing, honestly.
It's more particular on each play. It becomes the less players you have, even if that's one less player, that's one less tank. That's one less DPS. That's one less healer.
That's more constricted the game's become.
Right.
So
that's interesting. But that's just speculation. That could change because I'm sure that's one of the things that could definitely change. I mentioned that tanks will be brawlers.
Yep.
And here's what you were saying, that you were afraid that it was going to be the same team. So this article comes from Chris Holt at Forbes. Is that how you know?
Yeah, that's Forbes. You know,
yeah.
We all love Forbes.
Team 4 is updating almost every aspect of the Overwatch experience to make it more visceral. One of the areas that is getting revamped is the sound design, weapons, abilities, and other audio effects will be freshened up. They'll also sound different in various scenarios, such as whether you are in a tunnel, in an open space, or you're surrounded by buildings. Let's talk about that. So they literally released footage of them going outside with guns.
Yeah.
Shooting the guns in tons of different places. Like, I'm talking like giant quarries. Or I mean, I don't know if it was specifically a quarry, but like, you get it, like a big open kind of.
Yeah, I understand.
So
like cavern type
shooting
thing.
Shotguns, finding like holes where it goes into like a
so they
cavern
can get that
place.
sound and stuff.
So they have different sounds. They literally took shotguns. They took ARs. Their sounds. I was listening to the McCree sound of the pistol, and I was just like, it was so good. It sounded
glory spot.
So good. And so the attention to detail that they're going in with just the sound, which will translate to so many other things. But that was just like...
Because they're definitely going to use those same audio files in like different things for probably future heroes too.
Yeah, so they're... Right, because I can't imagine they're going to try and go do that with every new hero they come out with. But it was just interesting that they're literally taking like SMGs. They're shooting them in different places. Shotguns. So that will be so fun to experiment with, to see what kind of different sounds you can get with the different guns. But they're also Soldier has a big his character is not a big update, but they're trying to make him feel more powerful, because I feel
because he's not powerful.
I mean, he is powerful, but they're trying to make him feel in the player's hands. He's going to do the exact same thing. From what I saw, he has the same abilities. But they want the player to feel like they're doing, like, feel really cool when they're doing it. And that's a big thing that they talked about. They want to make you feel like you're playing as a superhero. Because when they said that, I don't feel like I'm playing a superhero as an Overwatch. Yeah. I feel like, because, I mean, first of all, you're fighting each other. So it's like, you're not really saving much. Yeah. They're going into as small as a little more screen shake when you're shooting the AR for Soldier. So their sound and the feel of the player playing the game and hearing the game, they're going really in depth with. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah. That's going to be really
You know what I thought of when you said they took all these guns and just went shooting everywhere? I thought they just had, like, a big van full of just, ARs, SMGs, shotguns.
Oh, probably.
Like, where do they get all these guns from?
Right. I don't know. From what they're military grade. So it's not like you can just...
Excuse me? You can't just go to any gun store.
Exactly. Yeah, so they have either...
They got a plug.
They're plugging something. In the credits, they're going to have the U.S. military. There was also, keeping going with this article, there was deeper look at the hero missions, the co-op player versus environment challenges that are designed to be replayable. Blizzard is aiming to make literally hundreds of these levels, which will have weather effects and time of day variants. So,
that sounds cool.
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
So, like, during these hero missions, which hero missions are there to... It reminds me of zombies.
Okay, so when you say hero missions, do you mean like campaign?
No, I'm pretty sure the campaign and the hero, they're going to have a campaign.
They're going to have a campaign?
Campaign's a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Is that what this is right here? This is the presentation that the 2 CP maps?
No, that's a different thing. But
okay. My bad.
the campaign.
I'm silly.
Unless I totally misunderstood something, there is a campaign, and I think they talked about that way early on.
Dude,
in the process.
campaigns are probably one of the favorite things of games for me. I always play that first before I play anything else.
And the amount of lore with Overwatch,
exactly,
it would just
resonate, just come like overflow with just different lore and just giving different, like if they actually took that direct approach of giving backstories.
Yeah.
Like, we have our Overwatch videos that they released for every new character, or every so often like the short animation films that they released for regular Overwatch over just the different events and just in general to just showcase, the characters and their backstory.
Yeah.
So, those were cool. And then if they did something like this, but a playable version, that would be amazing.
The setup of the story is there's a new Omni Crisis.
Of course.
Yeah, because, that's all Overwatch really is.
Yeah. It's a recurrence in this place.
So, there's a new Omni Crisis, there's a new takeover, but just like the one that happened before, but Overwatch is disbanded. They're not legally allowed to do anything. So, it's how are they going to do it? What are they going to do? Are they going to do it? Which clearly they are, or else there wouldn't be a campaign. Just my little, just my prediction. They're going to try something. Weather effects. So you'll be in these hero missions, which are there to level up your your heroes. Which your heroes are going to have skill trees now.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if that affects multiplayer, but it is with hero missions. So we're talking like Reinhardt having a scatter shot.
Excuse me?
Yeah, some
with like his little strike ability with the hammer, like
I think.
I wonder what that is.
Reinhardt having scatter shot. I think I saw something with Soldier having some sort of freeze ability. And cool. I think
like a grenade or something, like a freeze grenade or something.
Yeah. So, and I think that's just for the hero missions, and it's just for the campaign. But it's still really
That'd
cool.
That'd be a good addition. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still really cool. And we're gonna be able to. It'll just expand and kind of let you. It just makes the game bigger. And it makes you feel like there's more to play. You're not just playing the same people over and over again. Even if that's what you're doing in multiplayer, you can go to the co-op missions and just randomize everything.
Have you seen anything with the matchmaking?
No, I have not.
You haven't?
I have not.
Do you think that a game like Overwatch 2 would have skill-based matchmaking? You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'll be level-based.
Level-based, though? That's what I was just about to say. Like, even if they did incorporate those skill trees into multiplayer, if, say it was level-based, so, like, every level or so you earned 2 or 1 skill point that you put to a character. And then, say you're, like, level 22, and then, like, every 5 levels you probably get, like, 4 skill points or something like that. So, over a quarter, or over a little extended period. Yeah. And then, based off that level, you'll be on par with other people that are around that same level. Right. So, really, there's no excuse like, oh, he has better upgrades than me. Which, he probably has better upgrades than you on that character, but you probably have better upgrades than him on another character.
Right, and that is if they're going to take these upgrades and put them into multiplayer, which I don't know if they're doing or not. I don't think they are, but they could.
It'd be cool, too.
But the hero missions and the co-op player, which is I believe what the skill trees will be in, is just a PvE. So... there's that. Oh, and then the weather effects. So, I mean, we're talking you're in the middle of a campaign mission, you're in the middle of a hero mission, co-op, whatever. Out of nowhere, a giant snowstorm comes in. You can't see 5 feet in front of you.
That's like, is that going to be like, randomly generated, or is that going to be, generated to a specific level?
That I don't know.
That would be cool if it was randomly generated. So it's like at the time of the day,
Yeah, and there's going to be hundreds of these. So they're just going to be pumping out hero missions because they want it to be something that people can you can just go back to over and over and over because it's always a new experience.
Yeah, for real.
So, which is kind of like it's kind of what Destiny does. They take the same maps, but they have a different experience when they come out with a new thing. So
I like Destiny.
That's cool. So do I. Destiny's a good game. So that's cool. And then finally we have here. Game director Jeff Kaplan hinted during the presentation that the 2 CP maps, Temple of Anubis and Volskaya Industries, Hanamura, Harrison, Horizon, Lunar Colony.
Trash.
I said all of those wrong. You can go to Chris Holt's Forbes
Page.
What is this? What are words?
Probably article.
Article, thank
there
you.
Go.
His article, if you would like to see what they're actually called, because I just butchered all those names, so I'm even going to try again. Might not have a place in Overwatch 2. So we're still exploring new game modes, and we're also reevaluating older game modes that people are...
They said are more critical.
That people are more critical of. That's a typo. He said, maybe it is. Oh, no, sorry. More critical, as in what people don't like.
Oh, yeah.
We're in the mindset that maybe 2CP doesn't exist in Overwatch 2, and maybe there's a cool new game mode that replaces.
Okay, what does CP mean? If I'm just blanking, that's what he just said.
I don't know. No, 2CP is a game mode.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is. I think it's the two attackers going to the point.
Oh, so 2v2 capture the point.
Because that would make sense. Because I mean, we have capture the point.
We have 3v3 capture the point. It's elimination, but it turns into capture the point. But I'm
talking. I think this is talking about the 6v6.
Oh, okay.
Where it's the two teams attacking the 1 point.
Okay, that's what you're talking about.
I think that's what 2CP is.
With the 2
totally
points.
Wrong.
You probably could, but it's a start.
Process of elimination is what we're going with here.
That is what we did. Well,
I've never had a problem with 2CP, if that's what that is. I've never had a problem with that game mode.
Me neither.
Because I think it's good, because sometimes your team has a sucky round.
And then you just next round you
try again. So,
frick it.
It's interesting. It's also interesting that they're willing. So that goes along with it's going to be a different game, because there's going to be different game modes.
Yeah.
And they really emphasized. Again, this is Chris Holt on Forbes. They really emphasized that they want it to feel like a sequel. They don't want it to feel like the same game. They want it to feel like a sequel. So that is a relief.
Yeah.
But that is everything I have on that. Oh.
Holding.
Wait,
Did you forget a big part or something?
No, I didn't. There's just there was one of those articles. I'm totally sorry. One of those articles is from editorial team Assume Tech. Sorry, I need to make sure I'm citing things correctly.
Oh, okay. I understand.
So I mean, you kind of have to go.
Well, okay. So these games are going to be, of course, on next gen. Our PS5s and our Xbox Series X, right?
Yeah.
So
I think. I mean, I'm assuming.
Yeah. They'll probably be on all of them, because if we
I don't know if they'll be going backwards by then.
Oh wow. But so have you played with a PS5 controller on a native PS5 console?
No.
Okay, so the adaptive triggers on it are really cool. I bet they would be sick on a
I've heard
on Overwatch 2.
Yeah. Because they're going into that sound stuff, because they're going in.
Yes.
So that could feel really cool, but I've also heard that it's hard to play with.
It honestly is. For the competitive games, I would turn it off, because there's a setting in the game or in the game.
But for story mode and stuff?
Yes, fire. Okay, cool. I played Rainbow Six. So hard to manage that adaptive trigger.
By the way,
we have tea.
Good moms say bad words.
Yeah, I forgot. We didn't even say anything about that. We were supposed to.
Here's our tea. We're drinking tea.
We actually have
We're
tea.
spilling the tea.
We're
actually trying not to. But.
Do it again.
Sorry. The good moms say bad words. There you go.
I forgot my mug, so I stole Mr. Romine's. But so the adaptive trigger thing, I want to see, because the vibration that they have in the DualSense, or the not the DualSense. Is it DualSense? DualSense? Yeah, it's DualSense. I forgot for a second. Yeah, because the other one was DualShock.
There's all kinds of.
Yeah, there's DualShock for PS4, and now it's DualSense. So the vibration, magnitudes in different. Just get a mouthful of tea. But the different magnitudes of vibration that they have in the PS5 DualSense controllers is just amazing.
Yeah, that's a weird DualSense.
Yeah.
DualShock was cooler. DualShock sounds like a cool name. I think, at least. Here's some. ASMR. Okay. What is the big show right now?
That's up to speculation, but I'm gonna have to. For me, it's gonna be WandaVision.
Yeah, that is a speculation. Yeah. WandaVision.
Also, quick disclaimer: it is
yes. First
February 26th. It is Friday. And the new episode just came out. What is it? Episode 8?
Yeah.
Episode 8 just came out today. We have not watched it. This is pre episode 8.
Spoilers. Pre-episode 8 spoilers.
Yes. So if you have not seen up to episode 8, please skip past this part or either just click off the video.
Yeah.
So I'll let you lead us into this because I am an enthusiast of WandaVision, but also at the same time, like I love Marvel and all that, and I'm an enthusiast. But I am not as experienced with most people. I'm going to admit that. I do not read the comics, and I honestly, sometimes I don't understand the lore.
Yeah.
So
it's understandable.
Yeah, I'll let you head it off, and then I'll comment on your stuff.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I'm not very experienced.
So I didn't try and take articles for this one because a lot of it is speculation. It's all just fans what they think is going to happen, but you also need to make sure that you have things that actually happened and you know what you're going on, obviously. Yeah. But so we've made it through the decades. Okay, I believe we're up to from where we are. We're up to the 2010s. 2000s, I think, or 2000s or 2010s. I'm not sure which one.
I think it's 2000s. I think it's 2000s. Mr. Roma, do you think it's 2000s that we're in?
Yeah, I think so.
2000s.
Okay. They just did the Modern Family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
which
yes.
is
2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What? Oh, we have to. I forgot about the Overwatch pictures.
Images, yeah.
You want to?
It's okay.
Okay.
We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to Overwatch
because we already started on WandaVision.
Right. Okay. So we are here in relatively modern times. What does other universes coming in to this universe look like? What does that do? Because we saw it's clearly something is happening.
Yes.
Because even though it was Agatha all along.
Yes.
Even though it was, and so that was still.
I found that interesting.
There had to be some sort of knowledge for Agatha to get that, even though she's controlling it, whatever, even if it is the real Pietro from X-Men or not, she had to have known that.
Like, is
existed.
it a vision or something?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I understand what
you're
saying.
But she had to have known that that's a person in another universe. So clearly she's open to world of multiverse.
Yeah, she has knowledge of that probably. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. This is my first time hearing about Agatha. I don't know.
Same.
So okay. So the people who are more hardcore into like the comics and just different like old shows probably. I don't know if she shows up in the old shows. But
Agatha Harkness.
Yes.
Harkness. Sorry. Harkness.
But they are more, they understand more of that stuff than, say, me and Cole do. But, it's okay. We're going to try our best here.
We're MCU fans trying to...
try to understand it all.
Understand what's going on.
It's a changing world. Changing WandaVision world too, as I might add.
And MCU is getting crazy.
It is getting nuts, especially with Spider-Man Far From Home. Like, how it introduced it into the... actual movies.
This is pre to Far From Home?
I don't know. I was just saying that they also, so this introduced it in the Marvel series, and then we just got a glimpse of it in Far From Home as well.
Glimpse of what?
The multiverse.
In the one that already came out?
Far From Home, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah, sorry.
I kind of threw you off on a bit, didn't I?
I was misunderstanding.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Sorry if I threw you off on a bit there. Also, you heard something about Spider-Man 3, I believe?
Yeah, Spider-Man, so Tom Holland actually says that...
it's his favorite show.
That WandaVision is his favorite show, which I would agree. It is, I don't know. What's up?
What?
Nothing.
Right. Okay.
Tom Holland, it's his favorite show.
Yeah.
I would agree, but obviously Tom Holland is the main actor of Spider-Man, and there's been this whole week they've been teasing different Spider-Man names or whatever, but the official name came out, and it is Spider-Man No Way Home, which clearly has something to do with the multiverse. So what is happening in WandaVision is going to explode. Like, the rest of the MCU is going to be absolutely mind-boggling what the crap is going on. Because
I see right here, it says Agatha All Along was released on Spotify and Apple.
Yeah.
You're insane.
I don't know if it was late Tuesday or early Wednesday. I don't know why that was. But
I didn't even know they released that.
Yeah, they released that this week. Yeah.
That's insane. That's funny.
But that just because we're talking X-Men are coming in, which there already are a few X-Men characters in the MCU, but
of course, yeah.
More Sony coming in because we're talking about Venom coming into the MCU.
That would be amazing. Or do we think or is it, Tom Hardy? Do we think that? I would think that.
I'm sure. Well, considering there's going to be a Venom 2 coming out, I'm sure they keep the same actor.
But they said that a long time ago. And Venom 1 came out, what was it? 2019? 2018?
Came out a long time ago. Look, you can check that real quick.
Yeah, well.
But so more Sony, more Fox, because that's X-Men and stuff. Okay, I'm going to talk about who is the big reveal, because they mentioned in Mandalorian. So
October 3rd, 2018.
Gotcha. So it's gosh, that's actually longer ago than I thought it was.
We're coming up on
2021 is
3
what we're
years.
In.
So we're coming up 3 years in the next 6 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
But so in Mandalorian spoiler, there was Luke Skywalker. At the end was the big reveal.
100%.
And it was huge.
Is Mandalorian over?
I wanted it to be Ezra Bridger.
Ezra Bridger would be cool too.
Is Mandalorian over? No.
Yeah. Okay.
There's gonna be. I mean, the season is, but there's gonna be a season 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was just saying.
As of right now.
Because Grogu went away, and I kind of got sad.
Yeah. No. I'm actually curious how we're gonna do it, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
They
Get back
mentioned,
into the topic. Sorry.
I think somebody mentioned in the cast, I don't remember who it was, said that there's going to be a Luke Skywalker-like reveal in WandaVision. Yeah.
That's weird.
So there's going to be a big name reveal, big name drop, gonna happen. Some people think that it's like, Mr. Roman, who'd you say do you think it is?
Was it that
the
one
big
dude
reveal
from Doctor Strange?
The Ralph. Who do you think, Ralph?
Oh, I think it's Mordo.
Mordo?
Mordo, as Ralph, which is Agatha's husband.
Yeah.
I think this could just be what I want, honestly.
Yeah.
Does this make sense? Not really, but I want it to be
Mr.
John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Fantastic, yes.
That would be which it's already happened.
Yes.
And we don't know about it yet.
Okay.
So
John
the
Krasinski,
world knows, but we don't.
Okay. John Krasinski. I have to ask. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but is the dude that played in The Office?
Jim in The Office?
Yes.
Yes,
okay.
That's John Krasinski.
That's what I thought. So,
and fans have been wanting him to be something in the MCU for a long time, and Mr. Fantastic, I believe, more recently is what people have been wanting.
His series what was it? It's the Shadow Recruit, Tom Clancy's Shadow Recruit.
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Paul Ryan. Jack Ryan.
Oh, wow. That's funny. Paul Ryan.
So, and I don't know. I want it to happen so badly.
Yeah.
And they made you can't tell me that the last episode, the theme song was not The Office. You can't tell me that it wasn't. It was. Okay.
I don't remember that. I honestly don't remember that.
It was like if The Office was in like a minor key.
When I watched the last episode, I was kind of in a bad mood, so I wasn't really paying attention much.
It was literally the same thing. So I really want it to be. I hope that was like a punch at it, but
yeah.
We don't know. Actually,
Here's my
we do
question.
know, but we don't know.
What I want to know is, okay, Thanos, he took the Vision Stone, right?
The Vision Stone?
Not the Vision Stone. What is
Vision's Stone.
Yes, that's
Mind
what I meant.
Stone, I believe.
Mind Stone, yeah. Why did I say Vision Stone? That's weird.
Because Vision had it.
Yeah, he took Vision Stone, the Mind Stone, hopefully.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's
okay.
The Mind Stone.
Okay, so, and then we saw in WandaVision that Wanda broke into Sword.
Stole the freaking body.
Yeah, she broke into Sword facility and took his pieces because he wasn't really a body at that time.
Yeah.
So
he was just all like.
He's slumped. So, what I want to know is when he tried to leave that hex, he was getting sucked back into it.
Can he be alive outside of the hex?
Exactly. What I'm saying is once that hex, I don't know what's gonna happen. If this happens, it's gonna be pretty insane. Once if she closes that hex,
and he's still there.
Yes, that will be.
Because here's the thing, everybody. One of two things could happen. Everybody's been falling in love with Vision and Wanda through this show. Before they were secondary characters, where it's like Wanda's like, oh, she's dope, she's powerful. Vision's like, oh, he's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But through this show, people actually are enjoying their characters.
They understand. They have a deeper understanding of
because they're they're focusing on them.
Yes.
And they're really good characters. And if they're gonna build all this up and have Vision back, for him to die again,
it's just gonna be
would be heartbreaking.
It would be terrible.
Or it would create
but at the same
a new
time,
fan favorite for the rest of the MCU. If he survives.
Yeah.
So
It may be detrimental to the future of the MCU, though, at the same time.
Another stone being back. Would that be a new stone?
Oh, wow.
Would there be 2 Mind Stones? Because he put one back where it was,
yes,
but the Mind Stone was...
Yeah.
And he's used it.
Yeah.
He used it in the show.
Yeah.
Messing with people's minds.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because he still has it.
But it wasn't in the dead body.
It wasn't in there, yeah.
Yo, that was just a realization.
Dude.
Is there 2 Mind Stones now in that timeline? Because, I mean, obviously there's stones in different
if we're
timelines,
going,
which is also,
go into detail.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so if we go into
This show
detail,
has so much more than I
it
thought.
really does. But if we go into detail on it, like, okay, so Thanos took it out of his head.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in Endgame, he claimed to have destroyed the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
In the way for us to go get them, or for the heroes.
Time.
Yeah. They went back. But then Cap had to go put them back.
And put it, yes. Where they were.
Yes.
Wait. So then does that mean they're technically re-destroyed? Because he put them back in the timeline.
Technically, they're not re-destroyed because they've been destroyed the whole time. They just went back before they were destroyed.
And then got them, but then put them back before they were destroyed, so then they got
Yeah.
destroyed again. So I think that means that they're destroyed.
Why do they exist? What's the point of those? Like, you just destroy the planet as a whole.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's like, let's make some stones that kill
I mean,
everybody?
the big guys may decided
Yeah.
that. So
The big guys.
created the universe in the show.
You know,
Right? It's created time,
It's just, I'm just saying, do those, like, the little,
scrolls. Is that what you're talking about?
no, the people that are in, like, the big chairs. Do you know what I'm talking?
What?
Are you talking about the Watchers?
Oh, yeah, dude, that's what they looked like to me, honestly. From Green
What?
Lantern? From Green Lantern?
That's like a whole... That's DC.
Oh, my God!
Oh my gosh.
I totally forgot that. Wow. Okay, podcast over. Shut it off.
No,
Dude, there could be that crossover. They
No.
did Marvel versus DC in a video game. Why can't they do it in a show?
Stop right now. Stop.
Okay, listen here, bud. Listen
The
here.
multiverse. The multiverse. I mean,
the multi-C-verse.
To be honest, it's been done in the comics as well.
Exactly.
Really?
So get off my case, Cole. How about
okay,
that?
but the MCU is just superior to DC at the moment. So,
Let's not tell anybody else that.
what do you mean?
They can't know.
Oh, our opinion.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, but wow, I just really had a
Yeah, so
moment there.
so I wonder if they're still there, if that brings at least one of them back, if he's still alive, or if, I mean, because they would be destroyed at this point in time.
Of course.
Obviously, this is direct setup to Doctor Strange. Sorry, it's a direct setup to Doctor Strange into our Multiverse of Madness, which is going to be their first horror movie. Which is pretty cool. But I think it's interesting. You don't see there's all this stuff happening with the multiverse being open. Now, has there really been that much about the multiverse? No, it's only been one thing in WandaVision. There's only been one thing at the moment, right now, pre-episode.
Well, if we're
There's only been one.
in series-wise?
It's just him. It's just Pedro
Yeah. Are we talking
in the
about
multiverse.
series-wise?
No, I'm talking about the multiverse in WandaVision.
Okay.
WandaVision.
Okay. I thought you were talking about
Pedro's
this
really the
Marvel
only
as a
big
whole.
thing, right?
Yeah.
You're talking Disney continuity, right? Because you do have the Sony Spider-Man multiverse.
Yeah. I'm talking Disney MCU. What's in live action right now?
Yeah.
Is Pedro's really the only thing
Yeah.
at the moment.
Correct.
Which there's obviously probably more going on behind the scenes, but right now that's what we see. So I think it's interesting because this is pre-Spider-Man 2, and I'm sure if you really go back and analyze the Spider-Man Far From Home, you'll see this, and this, which I'm pretty sure I've already seen a few things where it hinted at something that could correlate with what's going on in WandaVision. But to be honest, you don't see much in the multiverse in Spider-Man 2 when the multiverse is breaking open. And I can't imagine that this is just going to be a lay-low thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it is at first while they're still figuring things out, but once something like that breaks open, you're going to be seeing yourself twice walking around the street. So I think that's interesting that they're making this pre-Spider-Man, which it makes sense because it's right after this. It's after this snap, the second snap. So a couple, I forget how long it is after the second snap, but so
I
it
think
makes
it's 5 years.
I think that's Spider-Man. I'm talking about WandaVision,
Oh yeah.
right? It's just like a few weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
So right after it basically takes place right after the Stark snap.
Yeah. So wait. So
Yeah.
when is
Yeah.
Spider-Man? When is Spider-Man? It's a few years after, right?
Yeah.
So then why don't we see?
No, it's right after that snap.
Spider-Man's not. Spider-Man 2's not.
No, Spider-Man. Oh no, Spider-Man 2 is right after the snap.
Yeah, because they all come back.
Yeah, and then that's right when Tony Stark died.
Yep.
So he was still distraught.
This would have to be before the Stark snap.
No, because she got
No.
blitzed.
WandaVision's after the snap.
WandaVision after.
Snap, which would be the
Yeah. So Spider-Man 2 is 5 years after the.
yeah.
Wait, no, that's saying that there's between the snap and the blip. We need to make this correct. We're talking about the blip. We're talking about how long WandaVision is after the blip, which is when everyone came back.
Yeah.
Versus how long the blip after the blip.
When I say snap, I
Spider-Man
mean
2.
Tony Stark snap.
Yeah, that's called the blip. That's
Okay,
considered
sorry.
the blip.
So the blip, they both take place after the blip, but they also take place just right after it.
But Spider-Man 2's after WandaVision. So they went back to the blip. WandaVision is before Spider-Man 2 happens. So
Yeah.
why don't we see that in Spider-Man 2? Why don't we see more of the multiverse? Is my question. Especially because, I mean, Spider-Man's not notorious, but has
Better
always
watch how you talk
had
about my Spider-Man.
no, has always had a lot to do with the multiverse.
Yeah.
Considering they already have a movie, that was a lot to do with Spider-Man at the moment. So I wonder why they didn't incorporate that more. Which, I mean, it's called what is it? Can't go back home. Can't get back home. What is it? No Way Home is their next one. So clearly they're gonna have something to do with the multiverse. But
Yeah.
it's just interesting that they haven't incorporated that yet. But
Okay.
yeah, so it's very interesting what is going on.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly. And then let's get back into that Mandalorian little tie that we did earlier with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
So the girl or the lady, the woman, whatever.
Gina Carano.
Yeah, who plays Cara Dune?
Cara Dune was
Which-
fired.
Yes, she was fired for was it racial slurs or
No, not it. She just made some really intense statements, that were specifically far right, politically, and got backlash for it and got fired. Here's my thing: if you're gonna say something far right, far left, anything in between,
That's your opinion.
it's your opinion. It is, but I think you have to be ready to get fired. You just have to be ready. You
Well-
have to be ready to take backlash for that because not everyone agrees.
I see. Yeah,
And it's-
exactly.
And politics are big in our world right now.
I don't
and
like
so,
politics. I'm just
Me
gonna
neither.
say.
I don't like politics.
They're
either.
terrible.
But to be honest, she made the decision. So to do that, and she had to have seen this.
Yeah,
somewhat
but
of
here's
this
my
coming,
thing.
so.
If I haven't seen what stuff she said. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen a few, but
Like, was she targeting people, or was she targeting?
no, it was just. There's no need to go really into exactly what she said. It was just,
Yeah.
It was
We're
just
not- I'm not
far.
trying
It was
to.
just like a far right kind of thing, and people didn't agree with it. And when you say something that controversial when you're on mainstream,
I guess
it's
that's
gonna
true,
backlash.
too.
It's gonna
That's
backlash.
true.
Whether it's good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. When you say something like that, there's going to be some sort of reaction.
Yeah,
good
you
or
just put
bad.
that in perspective for me. Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that you should be doing that if you don't want the backlash, if you're not expecting it.
Exactly. What I was gonna say is that if that's targeting her. Like what I thought originally was her opinion getting targeted.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's her opinion, but I see if she's
She's
calling
a
other
public-
people.
Right, but
Yeah.
she's just a public figure going into politics.
Yeah, I
She's an
understand that now.
actress going into politics. I don't know
Yeah.
necessarily that's necessary. But other stuff, GameStop, stonks, I think that's hysterical.
Yeah.
There,
We won't talk much about that because we don't really know too much about it.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah, it's
I just
hilarious.
think it's funny. Going
I want
on
to show that tweet too of Elon Musk. Why did I say Eli?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Yeah, I just want to show his tweet of GameStop stonks. That is just hilarious.
Great. Quality
Just-
stuff. Stuff going on here specifically.
BYOD. Are we talking about this?
BYOD,
Yes.
just real quick because we're running low on time.
Yes.
It went down.
It went down.
Service denial of service attack.
Yes.
Happened on an internet
from our
here.
students.
From our students. A couple
And-
middle schoolers.
Being silly, thinking they could do whatever they want and they were invincible. Ha! Jokes on them.
They're not.
Yeah.
Well, they messed it up for everybody else.
Yes, they really did. So
Luckily, it's back.
denial of service, real quick. Roman, you explain this to us a
It's
little bit.
just spamming.
Yeah,
Is
just
really all
spamming
it-
requests, kind of.
Yeah.
To
where everything crashes.
everything just
It's
messes
a little
up.
dummy down way to say it.
Yeah. So.
And so they took away the network, which
Mm-hmm.
caused problems with WDTV. It caused problems with
personal devices of
personal
students.
devices of students. It caused problems with esports.
Yes.
So it affected us threes quite a lot, and
Yes.
other people in WDTV
Of course.
esports.
Yeah.
But so that it was a
me.
pretty frustrating week.
It
I'd
was
say.
very frustrating.
But it's back, so that's good. Don't know for how long, but it is back.
Cross our fingers.
Yeah. Spirit Week was this week. We had
Oh yes, we had some very good
costumes.
ones. Some very good ones. You had some elf pajamas, didn't you?
No, I had the Santa pajamas. Santa pajamas. We're good. But I did see somebody with Buddy the Elf pajamas, which were very funny.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's funny.
So first day was pajama day, then it was white lie.
And then it was country club versus country.
I think country club wins because country's too easy at this school.
Exactly.
Just
Everybody's
saying.
country.
It's not exactly.
You know what's funny too about that? Mrs. Hirons. You know who Mrs. Hirons is? Okay, so she's a sub, and she used to work at a prison? She was a prison guard.
Oh yeah, now I know who you're talking.
Yeah, okay. She walked in, and she's a farm person, so she's country. She was classified as country,
Yeah.
and so is Avery Carmen. Okay, both country.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I was like, what was that
kinda
look?
weird.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, no. Okay, she's country. She's country. I just keep going.
Yeah, okay. So, Miss Hirons is like, we were in first period, and she was our sub for Mrs. Gill.
Yeah.
She was like, city folk would know we dress like them, right? And I'm like, I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
Avery wears this, he doesn't wear, he wears overalls sometimes, but I wouldn't classify that as country. My sister, she's not even country,
Yeah.
just a little bit. There's not a
It's-
little speck in her that's country. She wears overalls half the time. So.
Right. It's
It's like a fashion statement now.
stereotypical
Yes,
stuff.
stereotypical.
Is really what was going for. Day 4 was day 4.
It was Jersey Day.
Jersey Day, yeah, pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Most people
and then
like sports.
Today was
Spirit Week, Spirit
Pride
Day,
Week.
Pride Week,
Pride Day, Pride
Spirit
Day.
Week.
I messed up. Real quick, I want to get into the white lie one.
White light.
Mrs. Stanley's.
Miss Stanley.
Miss Stanley.
Miss Stanley, which is the whole point.
Yeah.
Because it said I'm engaged. She's
Which
not engaged.
she's really not.
Which is really funny. Oh, and they went viral on TikTok, which is cool.
Oh, they did?
They have a TikTok that has 1.2 million views.
Wow. For
Yeah.
the white lie?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
that is
cool.
awesome.
Prom. You wanted to mention something
Oh,
about prom?
yes. I will talk about prom real quick. Okay, so Miss Stanley, I've not heard any other information. This is more mainly for, the students of Wes-Del and, for people who keep up with our stuff. So, Miss Stanley, I asked her Tuesday, I think it was, and she said that on the calendar, prom was marked for April the 17th. She talked to our principal, and they set up a meeting yesterday, the 25th, the Thursday, and they had a meeting and talked about it. And so there may be actually a possibility of it. And just, there's going to be some regulations that go into, like we have to wear a mask. It's going to be kind of hard to, maybe
I mean, we
stay
did
6
it
feet.
last year when it was in the depths of COVID.
Well, also, we didn't do it.
Oh, that's
Other
true.
people, it was other people's, or students' parents,
It was
seniors'
not
parents.
Wes-Del sanctioned.
Yes,
was it? Yeah,
it
okay.
was students' parents.
Which, still a possibility.
Yeah, still a possibility. We could
So
probably
the
run that this year.
likelihood of prom
Is very, very high still. But
whether it's school sanctioned or not. Is the question.
Yeah. But she had that meeting yesterday. I have not heard anything on it. I
heard
was gonna
sometime
ask
in
her.
April.
Yes,
maybe.
that's what I was talking about. April
Yeah.
17th is what she told me. It has it down on the original day.
Yeah.
So, I was gonna ask her before I came here, but I forgot.
It happens.
So kind of like how I forgot my mug.
Yeah. We actually skipped over pictures, but we won't do that right now. Maybe we can get in that another time.
We forgot about that again.
Well, yeah. Maybe we can get into that to another time. Basically, there was a lot of updates to character models that I was wanting to show, but kind of ran out of time.
Yeah. Is that?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you guys
everybody.
for watching.
It's been amazing. We had a lot of fun doing this. It was pretty fun. We'll be back next Friday. Do we want to decide to doing it live?
We'll do it live next Friday.
Yeah. We'll do it. We're going to be here live instead of just a regular video. We're going to be live with our vodcast.
Yes, your VOD, not a podcast. Podcast.
Oh, yeah, vodcast.
Make sure subscribe.
Turn on your post notifications as well.
So
you can be notified of when we actually do.
When we're live.
Post a notification and stuff like that. And when when other videos go up.
When other videos go up and when we're live.
WDTV weekly.
Yes. That's creepy. Yeah, but I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so. So thank you for everybody that stopped and viewed the video, and I really hope you enjoyed our topics that we talked about. We'll be back with some more different topics next Friday. I've been David Strahan.
I've been Cole Jason Adams.
And this has been C&D Spill the Tea. And we will see you guys next Friday. Peace out.